Well, here we go. For this last year, I've been working on something that has been completely life-changing. I've poured everything into this, not just my time, but my heart, struggles, and the lessons learned along the way. It's something that never felt like it would come together the way that it has, but now that it's done, it feels like every single thing in my life has led up to this moment. This isn't just another thing that I've created. And if any of you watching this have ever wondered if change is really possible, then it's my goal today to hopefully show you how it is. Growing up in the public eye is something that not a lot of people get to experience at a young age. There's a lot of pressure that people don't realize. You're so unsure about yourself as an individual, and then you have all of these random people coming in and putting their opinions in on your life. And honestly, it just leads to a big identity crisis. You feel much more self-conscious. You don't know if what you're doing is right. You feel like the path you are taking is wrong because you have all of these people with different opinions telling you what you should or should not be doing. We all know what it's like being a teenager. It is hard as it is, and it doesn't make it any easier having thousands of people looking in on your life and critiquing every small move that you make. As I started getting deeper and deeper into this space, I started to get a little bit more self-conscious. I started to take these opinions from other people to heart. I started second guessing what I was doing on a daily basis, and it caused me to realize that I had to make a change, that I could not just stay basing my life and my success off of what other people intend for me. So that's when it clicked. I started doing some research like most people do, and I stumbled onto something called self-improvement. I started watching countless videos, video after video, constantly trying to improve every small aspect of my life. Anything you can think of, I was looking into it. There was zero method to my madness. I was just a freaking sponge collecting any and all information and was implementing it in my life. It didn't matter what it was, what they were saying, who it was telling me it. I would say, oh, you know what? That's a good point. I'm gonna try it for myself. And as you can probably guess, that led to a lot of failure. What I didn't realize when I was a little bit younger is not all advice is good advice. I was under the impression that just because someone is telling me something means that they are doing it out of the best interest of their heart and they know what is best for me. But that's not the case. More times than I can even count, I felt like I hit a wall, like I had no idea what my purpose was, what I wanted to do, and getting up every day out of bed felt like a chore. Sure, I was starting to make a little bit of improvement. I was looking a little bit better. I was putting on some more size, making a little bit more money, but still part of me just did not feel satisfied. And that took a toll on me. I felt ungrateful. I was like, well, I'm doing all of these things. I'm making progress. People would be so blessed and happy to be in my shoes. Why am I not satisfied? And the answer was that I was not doing what was best for me. I was not living as my best self. I was living as mediocre versions of all of these other people. And that is where things really started to click. So 2022 for me was really a year of business. I was putting aside everything else in my life to really go all in on building myself and becoming more successful in monetary terms. Due to all of the noise online, I tried so many different paths, so many different things to try and make money because I thought money is what truly made me happy. But after doing these things for some time, I still didn't have that satisfaction that I thought I would from making money. And I could not even understand it. I was like, well, I'm doing all of these things. I'm pushing myself. I'm making more money. Why am I still not happy? And what I realized is it's because it did not have any value in my life. I didn't feel like I was providing any value. It was all transactional. So I decided, you know what? Screw this. I'm putting this to the side and I'm starting from scratch. And I went to the drawing board. After sitting down, dumping my entire brain, all of my passions, my interests, everything I love onto a whiteboard, and trying to figure out how I can incorporate this all into one business, I discovered what my true passion really was. And for me, that was helping people become the best versions of themselves. I love self-improvement. I love helping people. So why don't I combine the two of these? And that's when all the pieces fell into place. First thing that came to my mind was a course. I am going to make a course help people improve their lives. All right, the course mapping now is not going too bad, I must say. This is my list right here of all the different subjects I'm thinking so far. This is a brain teaser, man. This one gets the brain going. It's a lot of thinking up here, brother. It's a lot of thinking. But then I realized that was just surface level. It needs to go so much deeper than that if I truly want to make the impact that I'm wanting to have. So I dug deeper. I thought, what else could I do to help these people improve? How can I make this as easy as possible so that anyone can improve? It took a lot of time. It took a lot of mind mapping, and it took so much trial and error. But the deeper and deeper I got into doing this, hours upon hours spent on planning out exactly what this thing is going to look like. This thing that I don't even have a name for yet. I don't know how I'm gonna get it out there. Just an idea. I started realizing how much this thing will have an impact. How many people this truly has the potential to help if I do it right. And that's exactly what I was gonna do. I have just finished a huge step in the process. Holy crap. So I've spent about the past, what's it been now? A month. It's been a month at this point. A month of me planning out the overall structure and class layout of the program. And I've just got my first rough draft done. There's probably gonna be stuff added and moved around from here. But for now, this is the overall layout. So now I can begin working on the class contents. But this is insane. So we're currently working with 63 classes total. 63 classes, which is insane. I'm so hyped about it. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. When I started off doing this, so many limiting beliefs came up. I felt like, who am I to tell people how they can improve? Who am I to build this out? Wouldn't someone else be more qualified? What if I put all of this time and effort into this thing and it doesn't help anyone? No one sees it. So many fears around the situation as a whole, but you cannot let it stop you. So I kept going. We have a big moment happening right now. I am officially brainstorming the course names. I have 5 names written down. It's gonna be one of these 5 names. You guys probably know it at this point. Me, I got no idea. I am freaking stoked, but there's some good ones, bro. I always knew the entire time when I was planning this, I was like, this is gonna be the hardest part for me because I'm a picky mofo. This is the entire thing. Like, this is everything that people see. So I want this to be good, nice, little catchy, but it's also gotta resemble everything I have built out in the course. This is a big decision. A lot of the time, and me included, people do not understand what it takes to make something to this extent. When I first got into it, I was a little bit oblivious. I did not know how long it would truly take. I started mapping out, okay, I want to be done with all the PDFs at this point, record everything by this point. Boy, was I wrong. It took 10 times longer than I even imagined, and I was prepping for a long journey. I had no idea what to expect. I'm not gonna lie to you. Right now, bro, just the sheer amount of freaking volume in this course is a little bit intimidating. I'm just planning away, but it's taking me a little bit longer than I expected, which is like it's not ideal, but I don't know, bro. It's just a lot of freaking content in here I have to write down. It's like literally putting out my entire brain, like trying to map out every single thing you've ever learned or thought of in your entire life onto notes. Like, it's scary, bro. Like, I'm thinking of things, it's like, oh my gosh, I forgot to add this, I forgot to add this. And so I have to figure out where to put it. It's insane, bro. My mind is freaking tired. Gotta do what you gotta do. It's gonna be awesome when it's done. I just gotta think of the end product and how great it's gonna be. Creating something to this extent with the amount of framework and thinking behind each and every step in the process takes a long time. I went through multiple reiterations of the contents of the course, how everything is laid out, what I'm gonna put inside of it. But let me tell you, once you get that outline, the overall premise of what you are about to build, there is no better feeling in the entire world. And then for me, it was time for the fun part, to finally plan out the name for what I was creating. Big day, ladies and gentlemen, for 2 reasons. All right, listen. Number 1, I have decided on the course name and the logo is being created. That's 1 reason, not 2. Second reason, I've officially finished the first class PDF. I haven't filmed the class or anything, but the PDF of what I'm going to be basing the entire class off of. Massive. I'm going to show you like a sneak little preview. There's a lot of information on there. There's multiple pages inside of here. It took me about 4 hours to do this PDF alone. That's no filming, no editing, nothing. Just creating the freaking PDF alone. It's insane. But the course name ladies and gentlemen, that we have decided on out of all the options I showed you, Elevate. And I'll go ahead and throw the logo on screen. This is gonna be the final revision. Right now, we're still going through revisions. Whatever I have right now is gonna look something like what you see on screen here, which is the final product. It's exciting, bro. It's coming to life. It's freaking coming to life. It's nuts. And just like that, this thing that I am putting so much time and effort into, my literal baby's name is Elevate. It's official, but that's the easy part. There's so much more to go still. As I kept planning, getting deeper and deeper into doing all the behind the scenes stuff that you guys have not seen, I ran into so many freaking roadblocks. Not just mentally, but physically. I started to realize some of my ideas weren't able to come to life as easy as I thought. Some of these things are taking so much longer than I would have thought. And there were times throughout this where I felt stuck. I did not know if I was going to be able to complete it. I felt, wow, the extent of what I'm doing here is taking forever. You know, it's hard because like I've never sold something, my own product necessarily to my audience before. So I want to make sure that it's something like absolutely amazing. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no crappy product going out. I don't want no half-butted project going out. I want something that I'm going to be proud of because it's going to be something I'm constantly working on and improving for years to come. So I want that good foundation, something that people can rely on to always have that good quality content. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a very difficult thing to get right, but I think that's why it's so amazing, because most people are gonna be feeling what I'm feeling right now if they try to even create something like this in the first place, and probably won't make it through. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very, very difficult. It's overwhelming, but I think that's why it's gonna do so good and why I think you guys are gonna love it so much. No one else is gonna do all this. I'm putting everything I have into this to make it just absolutely amazing. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. I really, really just hope it turns out the way I'm hoping it to. That's all I hope. I was like 3 months in, it felt like, and I had like 15 classes planned out. It took me forever and it drained me. I had to take everything that I knew in my brain from the depths of my brain and put it out on a piece of paper. I would be sitting there just thinking for hours on end, trying to figure out exactly how I could relay what I'm trying to get across. You will never believe it. I have officially hit 10 classes planned out. Let's go. This is awesome, bro. We're cranking away. I'm already almost to my deadline I set for myself. But that's all right. Hey, that's what it's all about, baby. But no matter how hard things got, no matter how discouraged I got, no matter how lost I felt, I knew the only thing I could do was just wake up and do it again tomorrow. That's the only thing in my control here. So that's what I did. I had a lot of imposter syndrome, which I didn't expect. I felt like I wasn't relaying my information good a lot of the time. And there were a lot of times where I redid entire PDFs and filming that I felt I hadn't relayed exactly what I was trying to. There'd be times where I would film a class or make a PDF and then have a little feeling in my gut like, oh, was that really everything I could give? Did I do all I could there? And it would consume that whole day of just me feeling this weird gut feeling of not doing enough. That is something I would have never expected when I started this. But the thing that I had to keep reminding myself to push through these limiting beliefs, these self-doubts, was remember exactly why I started. I needed to remember where I came from and what I've overcome and what the finished product that I'm creating is going to do for so many people around the world. That is the only thing that kept me going. I had to realize that this was bigger than me. While filming this course, there's a few things that I've been thinking about so much, because I feel like it's a flaw in a lot of courses, in my opinion. Obviously, each course their own, like it really does not matter at the end of the day, but I'm wanting to make it like, instead of me telling you exactly how you're supposed to live your life, this is the protocol, this is, you do this, this, and this every single day. If you're not doing this, you're wrong. Instead of doing that and telling you exactly what you're supposed to be doing on a day-to-day basis, I want to almost make it as me helping you discover who you actually want to become and helping you become that person in all different aspects. Now, obviously, there's going to be some things where I'm going to be telling you, yeah, I think you should do this, this, and this. This is scientifically proven for years and years on end. And I'm going to give the input in that way. But for things like occupation, like your routines, workout routine, everything like that, I'm trying to help you figure out what you like, what your actual passion is, and then helping you monetize broadly from there. Does that make sense? So instead of a step A to Z structure, it's whatever pace you need to go at, helping you figure out how to become successful and become the version of yourself you want to become based on you, because we're all completely different. So how am I supposed to make a course telling you everyone needs to start a YouTube channel and build a course off of that, monetize that channel, when we're all completely different? We all have different goals, we all have different passions, we all have different interests. So who am I to tell you what you're supposed to be doing to become successful? Once I started getting towards the end of creating Elevate, I started thinking back on all of the lessons I have learned throughout the way, all of the hardship I encountered, thinking about how many people, and probably me in the past, would have quit and wouldn't have made it all the way through. It showed me to value hard things, because now that it is completed, it is the thing that I am most proud of. All of this effort, all of this hardship, it wouldn't feel so good in the end if I did not have those things. All of that struggle. What I realized and what creating Elevate has taught me most is the reward feels so much better the harder the journey is. Ladies and gentlemen, history was just made. Let's freaking go. That might be a little bit of a reach, but I did just film the very first course inside of Elevate. This is so real, bro. It went so good. I'm so excited for this. As a matter of fact, I just thought of a fun game due to this monumental moment. The first person who can find out in the course which video I just filmed first, I'm gonna Venmo you $100. I'm in a little too good of a mood right now. Limiting beliefs are a huge problem when you're trying something new. You feel like you are not built for it, me included. I constantly felt like not enough, like I shouldn't be the one doing this. But a constant reminder to myself that I hope you take away from this video, if nothing else, is nobody is more cut out for something than you are. If you are passionate about something, if you love something, if you have a dream and a vision about something, then go chase it. There's no one better than you to do that. Man, oh man, it has been a while since I last updated. I have been putting that freaking work in, my boy, let me tell you. The wealth section of the course has been completely filmed. It's currently December 12th, but dude, I just wanted to send a quick update because come on, look at this setup right now, my boy. I'm getting ready to film some classes. The setup is looking amazing. Dude, this is the life right here. It's all about those little wins. Let me tell you, enjoying these little things like this, random Thursday night, because this is it right here. I'm loving this. So far, I am freaking ecstatic with how everything's turning out. There's been ups and downs, and there always is. There's probably going to be a lot more downs from here, but right now is one of those highs where it's like everything is just going along. Everything's turning out how I was hoping it to. It's just so in depth. It's fantastic. All the hard work is paying off. Making it through to the end of this journey of creating Elevate, it's bittersweet. It really is. This thing that has consumed my life. It feels weird. It does. Like, there's times where I'll have a second of free time and my gut reaction is just to go start working on it. But I have nothing to work on now. This thing that's just consumed so much of you, it's done. It's very bittersweet. There's no better feeling, but I don't think it's something that I'll be able to just stop. It'll always keep going. All this time and effort, and it's all coming to life now. It's time to present it to all of you. It's a big day. It is a big freaking day. It's a little bit of a bittersweet day. I'm getting ready to film the last few classes for Elevate. This official first little launch section, the last few classes. Dude, I've gotten into this mindset where it's like, I've been putting so much freaking work in. You know what I'm saying? Like where you just really lock in and put so much effort into it and detach from the results so much that you're not even thinking about launch and everything like that coming. I was literally just working on creating the PDFs and filming on them. And now it's like all of a sudden it's coming up and it's actually about to happen. It's crazy. So I have 4 more classes to film. Gonna lock in and do that over the next couple hours. I also figured out the exact launch date. Obviously, this is the day you guys are going to be watching it, but up until this point, I didn't have an exact launch date set in my head because it just kept taking longer and longer than expected, but now it's official. So today is January 7th, and the official launch date is February 4th. Less than 1 month to get this all wrapped up, get all of the backend systems in place, and get everything ready to go. So it's absolutely seamless for all of you to come in and start changing your lives. Dude, I can't believe it. It's so freaking exciting, but it's so nerve-wracking at the same time. So what actually is Elevate, and why do I believe in it so much? Well, obviously it's my freaking baby. I put so much time into this, so that's a start. But Elevate, to put it simply, the motto I have for Elevate, our mission statement, is helping you become the best version of yourself. So oftentimes I see people, and I've done it myself, of seeing all these other people online and becoming versions of them, tiny little versions of all these different creators you watch, all these people you spend time around, and incorporate that into your life. But that's not true to who you are. You become a mediocre version of them. That is exactly what I'm trying to get rid of in this course. Inside of Elevate, I'm not telling you how to become more like me. We are helping you become the best version of only yourself. Through my life, I've had a lot of self-development, a lot of trial and error, a lot of mistakes. And look, I'm not here to tell you that you can't do this on your own, because quite frankly, you can. I did. My goal here is to help you have a proven set of systems that you can go through to get to that place, minimizing as much trial and error as possible. To put it pretty simply, inside of Elevate, hours upon hours of content to help you really discover yourself, help that become a reality. We have weekly coaching calls where you can sit down directly with me, ask me any questions that you're currently struggling with in your life. We have a community of so many like-minded individuals just like you who are trying to grow and become best versions of themselves. People with similar interests, people that you can bounce ideas off of, see how they're progressing, and really build a family. We have trackers and resources that you can use to actually become that best version of yourself in real life. But most importantly, Elevate is a family. It is a group of people who are all pushing each other to be better, to do more, to live out those dreams and do the things you never thought were possible. Elevate is not built around success, because quite frankly, success means so many different things to different people. It's not one size fits all. It's about finding yourself. Elevate is unlike anything that I have ever seen online, let alone anything I've ever done. The extent it goes into, the amount of critical thinking it requires from you to really uncover that best version of yourself, and then the steps we take to help you make that become a reality, it is mind-blowing. I'm not here to tell you why you should join. I'm not here to try and convince you to join Elevate, because quite frankly, that is a decision you have to make. I do not want to force anyone who is not ready to join, because honestly, it'll mess up the ecosystem inside. But for those of you who are ready to make that change, to become that best version of yourself, to find that purpose, that passion, I'm inviting you to come along this crazy journey of life with me inside of Elevate. For those of you who are ready to take that next step, I have a link in the top of the description. Feel free to go down there, check it out. It's going to take you to a little landing page. It'll have a little bit more information, so on and so forth. Feel free to check that out if you're interested. Right now, Elevate is at community opening pricing. It is the cheapest it is ever going to be, as a thank you for all of your support throughout the years. If you've ever felt like there was a time to make that change in your life, it is now. So check out that link, go over to the landing page, see what you think, and make the decision that you feel is best for you. Now, for those of you who are still watching this video, what I want you to take away from this is one thing. I want you to know that anything is possible. Anything that you set your mind to. Your life that you are living now is your creation, and your life in the future is your creation. You do not have to follow the beaten path. You do not have to do what other people think is best for you. You can live the life you've always dreamed of. You just have to take action. I'm just working on the final touches as we speak. It is getting so freaking real. Dude, it's so weird. I have nerves right now. It's something that I've been putting so much time into, and all of a sudden it's like almost here. It's crazy. It's so crazy to think about it. I don't know if it's nerves or excitement or what it is, but it's just so much time that's gone into it. It's on the home stretch. I want to thank each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart. Throughout these 8+ years now, I think, of creating content, each and every one of you has been here to constantly show up and support over and over again. It means very deeply the world to me. I created Elevate as my way to get back to you, as a way to say thank you for all you do for me. If you don't want to join Elevate, I do not mind. I'm going to continue to create free content here and provide as much value as I possibly can. But for those of you wanting a deeper look, Elevate is always there for any of you. I truly could not be where I'm at today without each and every one of you. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Now you might be wondering, what's next for me and what's next for Elevate? Well, just keeping it simple, I have 2 very easy words for you. More growth. The journey is never over. It doesn't matter where I'm at, where anyone is at. There is always room to be better. And this right now, this is just the beginning. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say one last very big thank you for everything throughout the years, and for you taking the time to watch to the very end of this video. Again, feel free to check out that first link in the top of the description if you might be interested in becoming that best version of yourself and changing your life once and for all. And with that said, I can't wait to see you inside. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and we got some more bangers coming soon. Peace.
Everybody thinks they're a loser. Every young person thinks they're a loser. At least a young person in the situation I was at. I didn't know I wasn't a loser until I started winning.
I'm always waiting for everything to be perfect before I live my life. life can be much broader once you discover one simple fact, and that is everything around you that you call life was made up by people that were no smarter than you. And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use.
If someone else spoke to me the way that I speak to myself, I'd have to kill that son of a, because I couldn't tolerate that.
Oh, hey, one last thing. And I want everyone's eyes on me when I say this. Look at me.